Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I am Abhishek Mukherjee with the Midday News. The headlines. 12 cheetahs from South Africa arrive at Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh. 49th meeting of GST Council underway in New Delhi. India on path to record largest number of cashless transactions in the world, asserts External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar. Mahashivratri been celebrated across the country with religious fervour and gaiety. In Asia Mixed Team Badminton Championships, India to lock horns with China in the semi-finals in Dubai this evening. And in Women's T20 World Cup, India to face England in the group stage match at Gqeberha in South Africa today. Twelve cheetahs from South Africa arrived at the Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh today. These cheetahs were released into the park by Union Ministers Bhupendra Yadav and Narendra Singh Tomar and Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan today. The cheetahs have been brought to India as part of the Cheetah Reintroduction Project under the Memorandum of Understanding MOU signed between the governments of India and South Africa. Our correspondent has the details.
Adequate arrangements have been made in the Kuno National Park to welcome African cheetahs who came to India through a long journey from a distance of about 8,500 kilometers. There are 7 male and 5 female cheetahs in these 12 cheetahs. Thus, the number of cheetahs in Kuno National Park has increased now from 8 to 20. With the increase in the number of cheetahs in Kuno National Park, new doors of tourism and development will open for the entire region. Experts associated with the Cheetah Reintroduction Project hope that cheetahs of South Africa will also quickly adopt Kuno National Park as their new home like cheetahs of Namibia. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Bhopal.
The 49th meeting of the GST Council is underway in New Delhi. The meeting has been chaired by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. The meeting is likely to discuss setting up appellate tribunals and mechanisms to curb tax evasion in pan masala and Gutkha business. The 49th meeting of the GST Council has been held after the presentation of the Union Budget earlier this month. Union Minister Piyush Goyal has exhorted entrepreneurs to focus on the unique selling proposition or USP of the products and world-class quality and minimize dependence on the government, which is detrimental to long-term success of businesses. Mr. Goyal was interacting with startup founders and students to the Northeast Entrepreneurs Dialogue Accelerating the Startup Growth Engine at Sikkim Manipal Institute of Technology at Majitar in Sikkim this afternoon. The minister shared the IT sector's success story in India without any significant government intervention, as well as his own entrepreneurship experience to establish his points. External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar has said India is moving ahead to record the largest number of cashless transactions in the world. Speaking at the Raisina at Sydney Business Breakfast in Australia today, the minister said the digital transaction is ensuring the integrity of delivery of various schemes. Dr. Jaishankar said this record number of digital transactions would not have been possible without opening bank accounts in large numbers. Dr. Jaishankar said in today's global landscape, like-minded countries need to work together to de-risk economy, rise to challenges of digital world, and build relationships that serve as stabilizers for economy.
It is how to de-risk the global economy. And part of that is exactly the events that I have referred to. Over-dependence on manufacturing, over-dependence on energy, over-dependence on services. So how do we create more reliable and resilient supply chains? In a more digital world, how do we ensure at least the minimal trust and transparency? Because the fact is that we cannot be agnostic about data in the manner in which we were mistakenly agnostic about products.
Raisina at Sydney Business Breakfast was organized jointly by the Australian Strategic Policy Institute ASPI and India's Observer Research Foundation ORF in Sydney. Speaking at the event, External Affairs Minister turned billionaire investor George Soros as an old, rich, opinionated person who still thinks that his views should determine how the entire world works. He said people like him think an election is good if the person they want to see wins, and if the election throws up a different outcome, then they will say it is a flawed democracy, and the beauty is that all this is done under the pretense of advocacy of open society.
they actually invest resources in shaping narratives. I spoke about globalization. It actually creates a lot of the seamlessness of globalization, which creates all the opportunities. Also allows, narratives to be shaped, money to come in, foundations to go about their agenda. Now, in this particular case, it is very clear that he has very strong political preferences. He actually thinks that, doesn't matter that this is a country of 1.4 billion people whose voters decide how the country should run.
Former Union Minister and BJP leader Ramesh Bains took oath as the Governor of Maharashtra this afternoon. Mr. Bains was administered the oath of office in secrecy by Acting Chief Justice of the Bombay High Court, S.V. Gangapurwala, at the Raj Bhavan in Mumbai. Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, Assembly Speaker Rahul Narvekar and Minister of Tourism Mangal Prabhat Lodha were present at the ceremony. We have a report.
Maharashtra's new governor, Ramesh Bains, has been the 7th-term BJP MP of Chhattisgarh's capital, Raipur. He had earlier served as the Union Minister of State for Steel and Mines, Chemicals and Fertilizers, Information and Broadcasting, and Environment and Forest, independent charge. A Chhattisgarh native, Ramesh Bains had started his political career as a councillor of the Raipur Municipal Corporation and was later elected as a member of the Madhya Pradesh Assembly in 1980. Bains has done extensive research and studies regarding the rights and security bill for persons with disabilities and transgenders. Madhuri Pange, AIR News, Mumbai.
Veteran BJP leader from Tamil Nadu, C.P. Radhakrishnan, was sworn in as the new governor of Jharkhand. Acting Chief Justice of Jharkhand High Court Justice Apresh Kumar Singh administered the oath of office to Mr. Radhakrishnan at the Governor's house in Ranchi. Union Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting Dr. L. Murugan, Chief Minister Hemant Soren, Jharkhand Assembly Speaker Rabindranath Mahato were among those present on the occasion. In Meghalaya, campaigning for the assembly polls has reached a feverish pitch with star campaigners of political parties holding back-to-back rallies in the state. Polling in the state will be held on the 27th of this month on all 60 assembly seats. More from a correspondent.
Senior BJP leader and Union Minister Nitin Gadkari is holding a public meeting in Ranikor Assembly constituency in southwest Khasi Hills area. On the other hand, BJP leader and Assam Chief Minister Hemant Biswa Sarma is conducting election rally in Mahendraganj and Salmanpara Assembly constituencies in southwest Garo Hills region. Trinamool Congress leader and party star campaigner Abhishek Banerjee and Derek O'Brien is camping in East Khasi Hills region. Senior leader and Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma addressed public meetings in Nongthemmai Assembly segment where he claimed that party has immense support of people and it is going to win with absolute majority. Dharmendra Kumar Rai, AIR News, Shillong.
National Investigation Agency NIA has conducted searches at multiple locations in Rajasthan in connection with Popular Front of India PFI conspiracy case. The NIA carried out searches at 7 locations in Kota, Savai Madhepur, Bhilwara, Bundi and Jaipur districts. These locations are residential and commercial premises of the suspects in the case. During searches, digital devices, air gun, sharp weapons and incriminating documents were seized. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Mahashivratri has been celebrated across the country today with religious fervour and gaiety. Devotees worship Lord Shiva, the destroyer of evil, on the occasion. In Jammu and Kashmir, thousands of devotees throng temples to pay obeisance to Lord Shiva at Peer Kho, based at Jamwant Cave Shrine in Jammu. We have a report.
Mahashivratri, which is also known as Heerath in Kashmir, is an annual festival and amongst the most auspicious days for the believers of the faith. For Kashmiri Pandits, the day is considered as the most auspicious and among festivals the largest, even above Diwali. On the occasion, thousands of devotees from various parts of the region thronged temples to pay obedience. Special arrangements were made by the temple management to perform Shivratri Pujan. Reports also reaching that Shivratri is also being celebrated in different districts of Jammu region. However, Deputy Commissioner Jammu, Avni Lavasa, yesterday inaugurated 4-day-long Mahashivratri Festival 2023 at Peer Kho, Jammu. And Gulshan Rana for AIR News, Jammu.
In the national capital, people are offering prayers to Lord Shiva at the temple since early morning. Long queues of devotees have been witnessed at most of the temples in Delhi. In Uttar Pradesh, lakhs of devotees are taking holy dip in rivers on the occasion. People are also taking holy dip in the Sangam, the confluence of three holy rivers, to mark the end of Magh Mela. In Madhya Pradesh, from Mahakal to Ujjain to Omkareshwar Jyotirlinga in Khandwa, a crowd of devotees is thronging temples on Mahashivratri. For the convenience of the devotees in both the Jyotirlingas, the doors of the temple were opened early morning. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar and the Prime Minister Narendra Modi extended greetings to the people on Mahashivratri. Union Home Minister Amit Shah and Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Singh Thakur also wished people on the occasion. President Draupadi Murmu visited the famous ancient Meenakshi Amman temple at Madurai in Tamil Nadu this afternoon. President Murmu was rendered the honour of Purna Kumbh by the temple authorities. Ms. Murmu, who is on a two-day visit to Tamil Nadu, reached Madurai this afternoon. The President was given a warm welcome by the State Governor R.N. Ravi and State Minister Mano Thangaraj at the airport. After Madurai, President Murmu is leaving for Coimbatore to attend the Mahashivratri celebrations at the Isha Yoga Center. The portals of Kedarnath Dham will open on the 25th of April at 6:20 a.m. On the auspicious occasion of Mahashivratri, Badri Kedar Temple Committee has announced the date of opening of Kedarnath portals of Omkareshwar Temple at Ukhimat in Rudraprayag district. Prior to the opening of the portals, Kedar Baba Doli Palanquin will leave for Kedarnath from Ukhimat on 21st of April. The shrine of Badrinath Dham will be opened on the 27th of April. The tourist of the world's longest river cruise, MV Ganga Vilas, today visited Ashrikandi village in Dhubri district in Assam to get the first-hand experience of traditional way of making terracotta and pottery. The vessel with 28 foreign tourists, including 26 Swiss and 2 German nationals, re-entered India yesterday after passing through neighbouring Bangladesh. The river cruise will reach Gqeberha this evening. Prime Minister Narendra Modi virtually flagged off the cruise on 13th of January from Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh. In Asia Mixed Team Badminton Championships, India will lock horns with China in the semi-finals in Dubai this evening. The match will begin at 5:30 p.m. Indian time. India defeated Hong Kong 3-2 in the quarterfinals yesterday to ensure a first-ever medal in the continental tournament, while China clinched a 3-2 win against Malaysia. For a place in the semi-finals, India staged a remarkable comeback after losing first two matches of the tie against Hong Kong. Men's doubles pair of Dhruv Kapila and Chirag Shetty and PV Sindhu in the women's singles won 2 matches to level the score. In the decider, Trisa Jolie and Gayatri Gopichand defeated SUNG and Wing Yang NG in the women's doubles to clinch the tie. In Women's T20 World Cup, India will take on England in a group stage match at St. George's Park at Gqeberha in South Africa this evening. The match will start at 6:30 p.m. Indian time. Both teams have been unbeaten in the tournament so far. India opened the World Cup campaign by successfully chasing 149 against Pakistan, the highest chase of the tournament so far, before comfortably beating West Indies by 6 wickets. England also thrashed West Indies before defeating Ireland in a low-scoring encounter. In men's cricket, India were 179 for 7 against Australia in the post-lunch session on day 2 of the second test of the Border Gavaskar Trophy at Arun Jaitley Stadium in Delhi a short while ago. Earlier, India resumed the first innings at the overnight score of 21 for no loss today. Yesterday, Australia, who won the toss and opted to bat, were bundled out for 263 runs. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. 12 cheetahs from South Africa arrive at Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh. 49th meeting of the GST Council underway in New Delhi. India on par to record largest number of cashless transactions in the world, asserts External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar. Mahashivratri has been celebrated across the country with religious fervour and gaiety. In Asia Mixed Team Badminton Championships, India to lock horns with China in the semi-finals in Dubai this evening. And in Women's T20 World Cup, India to face England in the group stage match at Gqeberha in South Africa today. And for details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the Midday News.